Good morning. This is Pilates on the chair, and today is March 14th. And we're getting into this, finally getting into some nicer weather. It was gorgeous yesterday. So let's start with a small ball like this big. A tennis ball works just fine. This is a fancy balanced body, hashtag balanced body ball that you can pay extra for if you want. Okay, so we'll start seated because it's chair Pilates. And we're gonna do a little bit of tapping. So I'm just gonna hold the tiny ball in between my knees here. And then I'm just going to start to tap my shoulder, coming down the arm. I'm just starting on this side. Good, all the way down my hand. And then across in the front of the chest. So we'll just go in front of the chest. And then I'm going to change hands so I can go to the other side. Woo, get that sensation of everything kind of waking up a little bit. Little sparks. Good. All right. Let's go tilt your head back a little bit and just pull down the sides of your neck here. Just pull down. Not too hard. One more time. And then go down to the legs. Still holding the little ball in between my knees. You don't like that, you can take it away and put it somewhere else. Down the legs. Good. Now we're going to go into the back. So our hands are open. You're going to go to the back of the hips. Little cats in the back of the hips. And then go ahead and make a fist and do the same thing. So you're going to pat against the SI joint. That's our joint back there that holds our hips together. Mine's given me a lot of trouble lately. But I found an amazing acupuncturist who's helped me release that. So if you're interested at all in that information, you let me know. I love passing on information of people that I think are remarkable. I have a massage therapist too, who I think is remarkable. So we're going to come down the leg and press, down and press. So just like brush off tension, anxiety onto the floor. One more time. Brush. Good. Now we'll go down this way. And switch. Whew. Feels good. We're going to end that way too. Okay. So once we've done our work, we'll come back to all this. So let's start with the ball underneath the right hand. So you're just going to roll it on your leg, pushing it out and pulling it back. And the focus is more on the hand than it is on the leg. Good, and then find like a midway point and just press down, letting your fingers relax. And your wrist might bend also. Good. One more time. And then just give the palm a rub. I just looked at my clock. It's like 9 o'clock. What? Threw me for a loop. And then we'll hold the ball in between the thumb and the first finger, stretching that joint. It's not so hard here, but then as we move towards the baby fingers, it gets a little bit more challenging to stretch those fingers apart. And then, so next one. And then the last one. Good, and then we'll hold the ball in both hands. Twirl it in your palms. And then we'll go to the other side. So you're just gonna push the ball, focusing on the hand, going into the wrist if possible. How's the banging? Is it okay? 2 more. Good, and then press down. Let the wrist move. Last 2. Good. Let's go thumb and first finger. And then change to the second 2. Then the third. That's a big stretch for me, this one. And then here. Great. Here. All right, we're gonna go to feet now. All right, push back and forth. Yeah, I think I see Sherry using a water bottle, which totally works. Or if you have hand weights that have the little ends on them, you can use a hand weight too. That works too. Rolling pin works. Yeah, there goes Sherry. She's going to get her hand weights. Anything that's round and firm, right? Can of soup will work. Not so much in the hands, but definitely on the feet. All right, so I'm gonna go back far enough that I can get my heel down. Okay, so wherever the ball ends up underneath my foot, I want my heel down. So what you just move the ball into position so the heel can be on the floor. From here, I'm just gonna lean forward. So I'm gonna push down on my thigh, which is gonna start to press into the ball underneath the bottom of my foot. So the leverage of my upper body pushes the foot. One more time. Good, and then we're gonna just twist side to side. So the ball's closer to my toes now. I'm pivoting my ankle, side to side. Good, and then I'm gonna see if I can just kind of balance the ball underneath the front of my foot, where my toes are, lift the heel up, bring it down. Lift. One more time. Up and down. Good. Let's transfer sides. Just if you can just take a moment to let both feet be on the floor for a second. And I just looked at my feet and they're actually a different color. The one I just rolled has a different hue to it than the one I haven't done. So interesting, fun fact, right? see if you experience that too. So we'll go back and forth. Love rolling my feet. I love it. Couple more times. Then you'll find wherever you can get your heel down. Let your toes relax. Lean into your leg. Adding some pressure. Good, one more time. And then we'll just kind of pivot the foot side to side. Notice any differences. This, for me, this side's a little bit harder to move. One more. Good. And then heel up and down. Heel up. So I'm pushing right into the joint of my toes. Pretty much between the first and second toe. Two more. Up. And one more time. Up and down. Good. Feet on the floor. That's better. Now they're a closer color. All right. Take that. Let's put that just behind us on the chair. We're going to go with the bigger ball now. In between the knees. You're going to squeeze. Once you've squeezed the ball in between your knees, you're going to lift and lower your heels for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. From here, we're going to do a twist. Side note. Connie, if you want to sit on the couch for this instead of the chair, that's not a bad idea. Just ignore that. We're just having a private conversation here for a second. So go ahead and twist. And then come center and twist. I know all the nuances of you guys, right? I know what types of chairs you have. Twist. And then center and twist. And center. Back to the lifts. Up. 2, 3, we'll do 5, 4, and 5. Staying up here, I'm going to squeeze. 2, 3, we'll do 10, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Heels down, arms in front. So I've got quite a gap between the back of my chair and where I'm sitting. So when I lean back, I'm going to touch with my shoulder blades. And then come back up. So the further back forward I am, the more distance I have to go. So you can always move to the back of your chair if you don't want to lean back that far. Back, up. We'll do one more with the arms out. We're going to take the arms crossing over, which makes it a little more challenging because you have nothing to help you come back up. You can always go back to here. Pick your breathing pattern. Whether you want help on the exhale to get up or the exhale to go back. One more time. From here, everybody hands here. Rotate, tiny curl, up, go to the other side. Tiny curl, So I'm not bending at my hip, I'm bending at my rib cage. My hip stays pretty much in the same place. Tiny curl, lift up, rotate, tiny curl, lift up, rotate, tiny curl. Somebody just came in. Rotate, tiny curl. Rotate, tiny curl. One more time, tiny curl and up. Arms stay here, or again, you can go back out of here if you want. So back for 3. I'm sitting at the front edge of my chair. One more time. I'm gonna make this slightly more challenging for myself by bringing my hands back here. This is gonna pull my upper body backwards a little bit more efficiently. So back. So it might take you a sec to get back up. Inhale here, exhale. Squeeze the ball a little bit. Get your pelvic floor to help you. Those innards. And forward. From here, if you're comfortable, you're going to twist, tiny curl, center, rotate, tiny curl. So you can always take the hands, put them back out against your chest if you want. Tiny curl, my knees don't move. Hips stay lifted. One more each way. Curl and up and center. Ball's gonna go behind your hips here. Let's take the little one. We'll go away with that one. So that one's gonna go away. And then we're gonna do the same exercises we just did, okay? But this time the ball's back here against your bottom of your hips, right? So it's back here. So it's gonna change the sensation of the exercise. Arms out in front. 5 times. So we're still leaning straight back. And then arms cross for 5. And then we're gonna add a little tuck of your pelvis. 4 and 5. Good. So I'm gonna scoot even a little bit more forward, like I'm almost gonna fall off. And then I'm gonna scoop my hips underneath me. So I'm just gonna tilt. And then come back up. So I'm in this kind of rounded shape, right? I create that rounded shape at the bottom of my pelvis. And then I lift from the chest first and sit the hip bones straight back up again. So the hip bones have to tilt under or back. So the back of your pants, right? Your leggings, whatever it is you have on, that curls, leaning, and then you sit back up. Last 2 of these. So just kind of targeting a different spot along the front side of the body, right? And the back side of the body. So we're going to tilt back. We're not going to touch the chair this time. So tilt back, stay there. I can feel the ball against the back of my hips. Twist, center, exhale, rotate. My legs are pretty relaxed right here. These are pretty relaxed. Twist, exhale, twist. One more each way. And then come back up. Good, hands on the knees. We're gonna slide forward, don't fall off whatever you're sitting on. So you're gonna slide down. I want you to touch your legs. Go towards the floor. Come back up. Push down your legs. You can even squeeze your legs a little bit, right? Squeeze them a little. Add some sensation to what you're doing. One more time. And up. Arms crossed once again. Tuck and curl. Into the ball. Once your back has hit the chair, you're going to stay there. My hips are curled underneath me. Right? I'm here like this. I'm not like this, right? Lift, lift. So I'm going to stay scooting forward. Hips are curled underneath. That allows me to lift these legs up pretty easily without working the front of the legs too much. One more time. Up, down, up, down. Here, sit back up. Okay? Rotate. I'm going to sit up nice and tall. Curl forward. Come back up. Twist other side. Curl. Come back up. Curl. Up. One more time. Curl and up. Here we go. Tuck. Roll back. Yes? Option is to go here with hands behind the head. Lift. Lift. Two more. Woo! Good. You can go back to here. You can go back to here. We're going to come back up. Tuck and curl back. Good. Twist. Twist. My back stays on the chair. My hips are tucked into the ball. One more time. Twist and twist. Curl up and sit up. Nice straight spine. Twist to one side. So I'm just going to grab my leg here to bring me around, right? Twist to the other side. Come back center, hands on knees, cat cow. Hold the chest forward, move the chest back. Hold forward, move back. Pull forward, move back one more time. Come forward and move back. Sit back up. Good. I'm going to turn back around. Ball comes out. We're going to move to the back of whatever it is you're sitting on. Ball goes back between the legs. Let's go right leg out, just the right leg out. Doing 10 of these, working this quad. Now we're going to work this quad. One more. And then we'll go other side. Up and down. Up. Last two. And one. Good. Option. Okay? This is your option. Both legs at the same time. Up, hold for a moment, and come down. So I'm just going to flex my feet. That's going to allow me to swing my legs back. Yep. And then up. And back. So Connie, if you want to switch back to your chair, this is a good time. Up. And down. And forward. And back. And forward. And back. One more time. Forward. And back. Yes? All right. I'm going to pound on my thighs a little bit. Getting them to release. Good. Back to that extension of the legs. So you're going to go out and you're going to bring your inner thighs towards each other. So the focus is up here, not down here. So up here Think about activating right up in this inseam. You might feel it more down there, but here's where you wanna focus for 3, 2, and 1, and down. Rest. Back up and squeeze. 2, 8, 10 of these. 3, 4, 6, 8, 10, and down. So I've said this before, so you'll notice depending on the prop that we use, the accent of the exercises changes. So when we use the strap, it's more of moving away from the center of the body. When it's the ball, we're more moving into the center of the body, right? Does that make sense? Okay. All right, staying seated towards the back of your chair, hands across the chest. All right, so we're gonna curl forward. Now we can go deeper into that curl. So your elbow can touch the thigh if possible. So down and up, alternate to the other side, over and up. Twist. It's just different. We're moving the whole upper body now. Hips might come away from the chair. That's fine. Just be careful. One more time. Good. Okay. Now, option is to add the legs. So if I'm going to curl right elbow, right, I'm going to lift this leg up. So I'm going to curl. Eventually, we're going to do both legs. Curl. So what do you notice right away? Right? The hamstring is coming out and away from the back of your hip. So you might, maybe you can't get all the way down there like you could a moment ago when your knee was bent. That's what I noticed right away. It's like, oh, I can't touch my thigh anymore. So don't be surprised if that happened to you too. One more time. We're asking a whole bunch of things to do a whole bunch of things at the same time. Here we go. Both legs are going to move this time. You don't have to do that if you don't want to. You can keep your legs bent the whole time. You can use one leg. We're going to do both. So I'm going to lift and twist. Exhale, twist. Now I'm even further away from my thighs because both my legs are moving. And twist. One more each way. Last one. Rotate and in. Good. All right, let's do some standing and squatting. Okay. So go ahead and stand up. Ball between thighs. So your options are sitting all the way down, standing all the way back up. You can go halfway down and stand back up again. So just your butt goes towards the chair, but you don't actually sit down. Okay, that's option 2. And then we'll add in a heel lift on option 3. So there's some balance involved on that one. So, all right, so first, step 1, sit down, stand up. So the ball helps your legs stay aligned, right? And always, use your hands if you need them. Sit. Stand, your arms can go out in front of you if you want. Just like we've been doing, right? This will help you come up a little bit. You want to do this, you can do this. You want to do this, you can do this. So all these arm options change the exercise. We'll do one more. Good. I'm going to release my hands and I'm going to sit all the way down. Okay. Now, Step 2 is halfway down, stand back up. Okay? So everybody up, and we'll change the arms again as we do this. If you don't want to do this, sit all the way down, stand back up. Do whatever works for you. Okay? Arms are out in front. You'll go halfway down. So here's the important part. Nothing changed. We just don't sit all the way down. So what your body will want to do is this. It'll want to shoot your knees forward. But you know there's a chair there. And if you were going to sit in a chair, you wouldn't shoot your knees forward, right? You take your butt back towards the chair and aim to the top. So I need you to keep doing that. You're still pretending like you're going to sit down, but you don't. Everybody chooses the best option for them. Hands across the chest. You almost sit down, then you stand. You almost sit, then stand. Don't let those knees go forward, please. One more time. Nice. Okay. Great. Option 3 is going to be a heel lift. When we come up, we're going to put the arms out to the side to help us balance. You don't have to do it. Don't think that you have to do it, okay? Because we're going to go to the back and do some of those anyway, hanging on to something. So just standing in front of the whatever you're going to sit down on. Arms out, heels come up, heels lower. This is definitely a balance exercise, okay? Tummy pulls in, arms help you navigate the exercise, and you come down, okay? We good? You can totally leave it out. So arms will go forward, you'll go halfway down, you'll come up, you'll lift your heels. Yes? Here we go. Halfway, up, lift your heels. This is a big transition, right? You're going from weight behind you to weight to the ceiling. Weight behind you. You can always sit all the way down if you want. Up. I'm watching you. Nice. Last time. Fabulous. All right, let's go to the back. Take the ball away. Now it's going to go ankles. So you're going to find a place that's stable for you. You can always use a counter. Back of your chair, you don't want to pull on the chair. My chair is super light. This thing can tip over in a second. So I need to have my energy pushing the legs into the floor, right? All right, so I've got the ball in between my ankles, like so. And my toes are slightly outward, kind of like a duck. And then I'm going to pull my heels as close together as I can with the ball in between. And that's going to fire up my butt cheeks up here. Okay. And then I'm going to lift up onto the toes using the chair for balance. So now we don't have to worry about balance. Lift. Pinch. Right at the butt cheek there, where your leg meets your butt cheek. Lift up. 3 more. 3. So you should feel this way all the way up your leg, not just in your calves. You want to get it up past your knee, up into your butt. Last 2. One more time. Up, lower, down. Okay? Now, all I'm going to do is accent the heels towards each other. And I can feel that all the way on the outside of my hips. So it kind of feels like my leg bones are like doing that. They're like spinning outward. And then if I relax, I can feel them spin inward, right? So up here, and they spin outward, and then they spin in. Two more. Kind of subtle. Now let's see if we can do that from a lifted heel position, okay? So I'm gonna come up. So now I can move, right? I can move my heels closer together because they're off the floor now. So you can see how my pant legs spin. 3, 2, one more. And heels down. Good. Let the ball come out from in between your legs. Push it somewhere where it won't get in your way. So for me, that's going to be underneath my chair. I'm going to step my right leg back, bending the front leg. That's a lot of back of the leg work we just did. You're just going to lift that heel up in the back, stretch your feet, and lower it. So that front knee is going to bend and straighten at the same time. Two more. Good, and then we'll step together and switch to the other side. So we're going to lower and come up and down. Two more. And one. Good. Come back in. All right, ball under right foot. Okay. Still, again, standing in front of something that's stable. So I'm just going to push into the floor. My other foot does not come off the floor. Okay. If I were in Cirque du Soleil, I would be able to stand on the ball and remove my other foot off the floor, but I'm not. So I'm going to push down as much as I can, but I want that ball to stay still underneath me, right? I don't want it to wobble. Looking for hip stability to keep the ball still. One more time. And then from here, so if I'm facing this way, I'm going to push it to the front, and then I'm going to push it towards the back. Push it to the front. Can't go back very far, right? Roll my foot over the top, flex it, roll it. And at this point, I flip my toes over in the other direction and then flip them again. The ball's soft, it shouldn't hurt your toes. So just back and forth. Last one. That's lovely foot mobility. All right, change feet. So I push down to the ball. I want to keep the ball from wiggling underneath my leg, underneath my foot. Last two. The hammering's gone into the other room. And then we'll push the ball forward, foot flex, and then when you bring it back, you flip your toes and push back a little bit. And forward, flip. We don't bend our toes that way very often, right? In the opposite direction. One more time. Good. Take that ball, get it out of your way again. So we're gonna lift this right leg. So I'm going to end up taking my chest down towards the top of the chair. Again, you don't want the chair to tip in any direction. So the chair is there for balance. It's not there to lean on. Okay. So as I tip forward, my leg will come up. So you might need to move back, right? Right? So maybe move back a little bit, but don't pull the chair. Tip. Both legs are straight. If your hip opens a little bit to the side, don't worry about it. It's okay. No one's gonna call you out. 2 more. Your body wants to do that, right? It wants to kind of twist a little bit, right? 1 more time on this side. Change. Down and up. Two more. Good. All right, now we're going to let the knees go forward. Okay. So I was talking about that earlier. We don't have a chair behind us anymore. So we're going to allow the knees to go toward the chair and up and toward the chair and toward the chair. If it hurts, leave the exercise out. Bend and straighten, bend and straighten. 1 more time, bend and straighten. So adding on, right? So you can keep the heels down, or when you bend the knees, you can lift your heels up, put them down, stand back up. Okay, this is a ton of lower leg work. So the knees bend, and then you'll feel the heels want to lift, so just roll them off the floor, put them back down, stand back up. If that hurts anything, just leave it out. Just do the bend and straighten. Bend, roll your heels, roll them back down, bend. Last 2, bend. 1 more time, bend, roll, drop, lift, turn. We're going out to the side. Okay, let's add the ball. So configure yourself like this. You were configured like this before, right? So turn your chair so it's sideways. Or your counter or whatever it is you're using. Push this up a little bit. Hold the ball. Feet flat. Let's get out of our legs here for a second. Hand on the side of the chair. Open the arm to the side. Bring it across in front of you. Swing it back away from you. Your hips are going to go too. So your hips are going to twist around, but your feet aren't. One more time. Now we're going to go up over the head and down. Up over the head. Whoops. Hello, fan, up over the head. And down and up over the head. Good. Let's add on. So you're going to transfer your weight into the inside leg. So as I come back, I'm going to lift that leg. I'm going to swing it to the front. So you don't have to. You can keep your foot down. Okay. Swing back, leg goes with me. Leg comes with me. Back, front, back, front. 1 more time. Back and front. So my hips have to pivot to allow that movement to happen. Okay. Now we'll do side. So when the arm comes up, the leg will come up. over. Over. I keep banging into my fan above me. Over. One more time. Those intimate details. Okay, so we're gonna go open, leg will go, we'll come across, then we'll go right to the side. So we'll combine the two movements together, okay? Leg out, leg across, go side, come down, okay? Feel free to put your foot down at any point. If you can keep your leg up the whole time while we're changing those positions, then go ahead and do that. If you can't, it's okay too. All right, here we go. Leg back, arm back. They both come forward. We go side, we go over. Okay, let's do it again. Back, front, over. One more time. Nice balance work. Back, front, and over, and foot down. Walk your legs out, change to your side. Feet stay on the floor for the first part. Twist away. Come across. Twist away. So with the feet down, just notice what you feel. You feel the hip sockets, you feel the knees, you feel the ankles. All those things are spiraling, right? All those locations. We are just one big spiral, you know. And then we'll go this way. Watch my fan, and down, and over. Okay, just like on the other side. Okay, the leg, this leg stays fixed. Your standing leg. You're going to lift your leg up. You're going to come across. We're going to do this a couple times before we go over. Back. Feel your leg turning. That standing leg has to turn, right? If you had a hip replacement, you know, you just figure out what your range is. And down. All right, side leg. Here we go. Up. Two more of these. Breathe with it. Okay, here we go. We're going to come front, back, side. See if you can do it without putting your foot down. If you have to put it down, no worries. Here we go. Back, cross, side, and down. Back, cross, side. Standing leg, doing so much work. Side. Sorry, I went front first, back first. Back, front, side, and down. Woo! Walk those knees. All on the chair, face the chair. So in Pilates, we do on the machine, we do this thing called running and prancing, where you just lift one heel, drop one heel. So let's do that. So lift up one of your heels. And then once you are up there, you're going to transfer to the other side. But what you have to do is lift up on your feet to do it, right? It's not just a heel lift, which you can do if you want. You can do that if you want. But you want to use your feet to come up. So use your foot muscles There's more muscles in your feet than there are anywhere else. Did you know that? Up and switch. Up and switch. Feet carry us everywhere. Did a lot of lower leg work today, friends. Up and down, one more time, up and down. Good. So like I said, we're going to finish the way we started. So you're going to come back to your comfortable place. We're going to sit down. We're going to tap. We just created all this energy in our body by moving. So now we're going to release it with the taps. Don't worry about where your legs land. Just let them land wherever they want. Brush down. Good. Let your arms hang for a moment. See if you notice any difference between the two sides. Change sides. I love doing this. I don't do it enough. Brush down. Good. Arms hang. Breathe. Since we're all sitting, you can close your eyes. So take some breaths. Imagine you're just floating right on the top of your chair. You're just floating there. One more breath. So you're super light. Legs. One more time. Push down and away. Good. Sit. Float. Grounded but floating. Close your eyes if you like. 3 breaths. So we're going to go back to this neck situation, but we're only going to do one side at a time. So take your left hand and squeeze the top of your shoulder here like a sponge. Squeeze. And then we'll just take our right hand and go right at your chin and just pull down along the side of your neck here. So you don't really have to tilt your head much. You're just gonna pull the skin down. One more time. And then hang here for a second, see how that feels. Turn your head one way and then the other. Good, and then we'll squeeze the left shoulder. Make sure you get out and take a walk this week. Highly recommend coming down by the lake. Pull your fingers down this side of your neck. One more time. Good, hands on your knees, turn your head. Circle down. Round and front and reverse. Whole lot of noise in there, right? Nice little conversation through your top of your spine there, the one that connects your head to the rest of your body. It's very excited. It's like, ooh, we're moving. You're moving your head. How exciting. One more time. Around and up. Woo! Thank you all for joining me today. You stop this.